all around the world with the camera. Sorry. Alright. So, again, trying to do a video a day. I have done my videos too. I just have had a lot of issues posting them, so they're like kind of cross-platform. Because I know I said I was doing a video a day, and we're still at the point where there's no expectations of what's going to be said. I find myself, when I do these videos, I find myself always speaking out of my head, like what should be said, or so worried about the outcome of what's said. And it's amazing too, because like the first one I realized I had headphones plugged in, because I'm not good at this, so I had to do a second one, and for some reason, I don't know why, maybe because I'm talking it out more, I feel like I'm more in my heart. So I'm probably just going to talk this out, and whatever comes out, comes out. This is the way I do my meditations too. Like when I meditate, I will sit there, and I find it so much more powerful when I'm able to get at the place. Like, it's almost weird. I'll start my little meditation, and then my head's kicking in there like, hey, blah, 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 what's up? And it's almost like I'm going to this meeting with like this, I don't know, man. Like in my head, I picture my heart as being like this beautiful, just happy, smiling, almost like a monk, like just a beautiful heart. And so when my ego shows up there, like when we show up to this meeting, my ego's like Jim Carrey was on Liar Liar, whatever, like just this, like everywhere, like, oh my gosh, hey, I finally caught you, I gotta go, this will be quick. It's like that busy family member in a movie that's like, me, and he meets up with the family for some holiday, and then throughout like the movie, through the plot or whatever, his heart opens up, and he kind of settles down and communicates with his family for that holiday. That's kind of what meditation is for me. Like, I'll go into it, and I'm like, oh, we got this appointment, me, you know, hey, where you at, heart? Let's get this going. And then my heart will show up, and then my crazy me mind all of a sudden is like this dude sitting on a Cracker Barrel rocking chair with my heart, just sipping sweet tea in life. So that was my first experience. So I get there, and the very first experience I had meditating was and it's so hard to bring it back. It was too much to do right when it was fresh, and maybe I should have done some more journaling of it. But so I showed up, and my heart just immediately starts talking to my ego, and it's like, hey, it's like, what are you doing? Like, it's like, what are you doing? And my ego is like this crazy, like, old school father or whatever, you know, where he's like, yeah, I know I'm mean, and I know, you know, I'm harsh, but, you know, I just want what's best. So in other words, it's like saying, yeah, I know I talk crap about myself, and just downright say things myself that I'd never say to anybody else, but I just want what's best for me. That's why I do it. So it's making this excuse in my heart. And this is what was so damn powerful for me. My heart, without like missing a beat, my heart takes that answer, and it's like, look, man, all's we want, why don't you just love? Like, why don't you love me? Instead of trying to fix me or do this because it's best for you, and yelling and being angry and mean, why don't you love me for who I am? And then right then and there, like, it was overwhelming, and it was like that, because I just got done with the Deep Down. It was like when Sandy came up on stage. That's what it was like. That's how powerful it was, and it was like this part of me just saying, like, you know, just love me, and I was so convicted. And I was like, oh, and I have to say too, since that happened, like, a lot of pretty much all of my negative conversations went out the window. So we met at that point, and I remember there was a part of me too. Okay, so the second time I meditated, because now it's like I'd been there before, and well, how do we get back there? And I was like, okay, I was sitting there, and I'm like, let's just be, like, right where we're at now. And then out of nowhere, like, I'm being, and then my head, like, I'm just like, air cats, because my one cat was on my lap. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm there. Like, that's, as weird as that sounds, that was my heart showing up, because it was like, all right, this is where we are. And I started crying immediately. Now, the first meditation was like nothing but me crying, it seems like. That's what I do. I just sit down and cry. Man, I was thinking that one. But anyway, in my heart, like, it's so fun. My heart's like, why are you crying? And it was like, because my ego's like, because you're here. And he's like, so you're sad? And my ego's like, no, like, when you're here, I feel safe. And my heart was like, well, why don't you feel safe any other time? And then my ego was like, because I'm scared, like, I'm terrified. And my heart said, of what? And it was just all this stuff. It's like when you were a kid, and it's so weird. It was like when you were a kid and you were going to go somewhere, like say on a field trip, or say your first camp or your first overnighter. And you were like super excited about going, but you were terrified deep down. And that's the way my ego is feeling. It's like, you know, there's no security, there's no nothing. I'm scared shitless. And I'm going 1,000 miles a minute, and when I'm with you, I'm not scared. And my heart said, you're always with me. We're always together. And I was like, well, you know, but why can't we do this? Why can't we do this more often? My heart's like, why don't we? Why do you just want to stop by and then go back into your chaos? Like, I'm here. I've never left you. You left me. So that was a lot of what happened. I had a instance where I felt dumb, and I still struggle with this, where I feel like everything I say is stupid, or like I put it out there and people will hear it. Like, if I go back and listen to this later, and this is just me being 100% honest with you, I'll probably be like, oh, this is dumb. Like, that's why it's so hard for me to put these out, because I struggled with depression for a very long time. And we don't need to get into that like now, but I struggled with it to the point where, I mean, I have physical scars on my arm just to show that it was easier for me to hurt myself because I felt non-deserving of anything good. So it was like when I self-harmed myself, it was, I don't know, man. It was like giving myself punishment because nobody else would do it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm happy to say I'm not there no more, but I still struggle with self-worth. And I know I'm worth it now, but I still struggle, I guess, with how other people view me. And I know we all do, but like, I really struggle with that. That's why these videos are so hard for me, because deep down inside, as I do this with you, there's still a part of me saying, like me, please like me. So I sat there and I was talking to my heart, and I'm like, you know, I struggle with people thinking everything I say is stupid. My heart's like, am I stupid? And then I was like, no, of course not. Like, you're like this Buddhist monk, like this, I'm not saying that a Buddhist monk is smarter than everyone else, but I mean, just the wisdom, just like, you know, when you talk to someone, you can tell just by the way they answer, the pause, or their confidence, how they hold themselves. Whereas me, I'm like a nervous wreck speaking all the time, just trying to fill the air, just so my anxiety. And as we do this, I work stuff out too. Like, as I do these videos, and maybe that's the way I should do them, is just put you guys with where I'm at right now. Like, I don't know what to say. I'm terrified. Like, for me, the reason I'm doing these videos, like I said, is just to prime the pump and to become more comfortable where I'm at, and just doing it just the sake of freaking doing it. But it doesn't always feel like my heart's coming across when I do these videos, because my ego's freaking the fuck out right now, if that makes sense. Pardon the language, or sorry for the language, but it's freaking out. So it's hard for my heart to get clarity. And this is the way, so maybe we should do this, because this is the way I meditate. Like, I just speak it out, like I speak through it. So right now, I want to do these videos, but I know that my ego is like tripping, and it's terrified of what everyone out there even thinks. And there's a big part of me that prays nobody even watches these videos. And I put myself under this crazy microscope and just pick it apart. So right now, I am aware that I still don't feel worthy. And I love the fact that I'm aware of that. And I guess I love it like I've been loving it, because at least I'm aware of it and I'm not stuck in that loop anymore. So when you bring, you know, and I've been stuck on this one for a while, and hopefully today when I meditate or whatever, but, or anybody out there, if anybody watches this, you know, there's a lot of things that I've been able through the meditation to kind of look in the eye, but there's certain things that like have been brought up, but it's like maybe they're a deeper one, so it's hard to really bring it to the surface or to get past it. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, meditating a lot, still doing my videos, maybe not making a lot of sense with these videos, but just kind of being where I'm at, accessing my heart a lot more than normal, but I'm finding in situations where I trigger myself like this. I'm kind of triggered. I guess maybe because I'm doing it, I don't know, but like it's hard. The heart's still there with me, and it's just something I got to talk through. I mean, regardless, life is amazing. But I myself, like I sent an email, let me put this out there too, because we'll just be transparent. Like I sent an email that to me was like really putting my heart on the line for where I want to go in life. And the reason it really though put my heart on the line is because I battled with myself when I sent this email, because a part of me was like, yeah, that opportunity, it basically went back to my old story of like, yeah, this opportunity is amazing. But if you get that reply to that email, you're going to have like that holy shit moment, like a lottery winner would. So then a part of me came up like, you know, I almost hope you don't get it. But a part's coming up to me now, because I'm not really bummed, like thinking I'm not there. Like maybe I'm not ready yet to receive it. So then after that part comes up, because that part comes up a lot with all this, another part comes up to me saying like, are you saying you're not ready to receive it because you still have these issues with worthiness? And if you have these issues with self-worth and not feeling worthy to receive, then technically you still aren't ready to receive it. Does that make sense? Because you're not at a level of worth to feel ready to receive what the universe has for you. So then my head goes back to, well, how the hell do I feel worthy when I'm trying to be humble? It's just like this crazy thing. So yeah, I'd sent that email, and then part of me now wishes I wouldn't have sent it, not for the fact of like, it's just I don't feel like my heart was in it, but I just still don't feel 100% about it. Like there's still a big part of me saying like, you know, oh, is your ego trying to advance through? I don't know. I have a pretty crazy ego, and it just loves to tear me up. I mean, it's got a history of tearing me up. It's got a history of making me feel like life wasn't even worth living. So for me to be at a place now where life is just worth living, and I see beauty in life, like I have a lot of gratitude for that, but I still have a lot of things I got to work through. Like this ego, like I said, it's a voice that is very manipulative, and it can tear you up, and it can tell me things. And I know it's not trying to manipulate me. I know it's trying to love me, and it just wants love, and it's just trying to survive. But sometimes it still catches me where I'm like, oh, I love it. I'm like, wait a minute, you little butthole. Like, you're doing something that's not good for both of us. So that's kind of where I'm at. Been meditating. I was hard on the weekend, I'm not going to lie, because, you know, I get pulled every which way. Today I tried to meditate at work because this week's going to be really hard, where I might be able to catch 10, 15, 20 minutes here and there, but I still try to put myself there. Keep doing what everybody else, if you're out there doing stuff, man, and trying to learn more and explore yourself, do it because, like, it amazed me when I was like, crap, 35 years and I finally talked to myself. And I mean, it was powerful. If you've never meditated before, you have nothing to lose to give it like once or twice. I would say twice is a fair enough shake, but even once, and if you get nothing out of it at all, then at least you can say you tried it. But it's powerful. It's amazing. So that's it. I'm gonna shut up because I've talked for 15 minutes. So at least I'm getting longer on these. I'm not saying anything, but the time's getting longer. So, all right, y'all. Hey, I love you guys. I love everybody out there. Lead with your heart, live in your heart, and lead with love. That's the main thing. If anything, take from this. Just basically watch my videos and go to that last 5 seconds. All right.